So we nap here. Ooh, that's a nut nap. Greetings, freaks and folks, this is Vlad. You're very welcome to leave a sub, you know, where the button for that is if you like Legends of Runeterra like I do. Now I want to talk about some points before we start. First off is what I did some seconds ago, self-promotion. It's a topic that is kind of splitting up with the opinions, right? Most of the people think that's really annoying, and I partly agree on that, so I also... it's annoying at times when you watch other YouTubers and they have this self-promotion block that is super long, like a minute or so, right? Where they say you should subscribe and like and all this shit. And yeah, the problem with that is that it's kind of necessary. Because if you're a small YouTuber like I am, the algorithm just swallows you. And you need to use every opportunity you have to get at least a little bit of reach, right? When people look for Legends of Runeterra, then the algorithm will show Mogwai, it will show Grappler, or these YouTube channels that are very big and have 10,000s of clicks, and they will be clicked more. And people are lazy, like I am. They won't click until page 5 or 6 or 8, I don't know where I appear if you search for Legends of Runeterra in YouTube, right? And so, yeah, you have to have this self-promotion thing going on for this little bit more of subs that you get from that, because you actually do get more if you say it, as opposed to if you don't say it. And I just want you to know that I also hate to do this, and I feel your pain, so I want to try it to keep it as short as possible, this section of self-promotion. And yeah, that's that. And also I did this in other forums, like on Facebook, for example, on Facebook groups, and people even bullied me and hated me for putting on my videos, and I didn't quite understand the reasoning behind this. I mean, I get that you don't want to have 10,000s of YouTubers posting the videos, right? But then again, it's just part of the community, right? It's part of people that's celebrating the Legends of Runeterra game, and they just want to show their gameplay, their deck ideas, whatever they have. And I think that's reasonable to do. Yeah, maybe you have a different or a similar opinion to that. Let me know in the comments. I would be really interested, not only because of the getting comments and being more popular, right, under my videos. It's just I really want to hear your opinion on that, because it concerns me for quite some time now. Okay, before I go on with that, let's go ahead with the next point, which is I will probably have a new camera on my next video. I ordered one most recently, and then I think my video quality will get quite better, because I'm not recording with my Fairphone anymore, but with an actual webcam. So that's that. And the last point for today would be, or like pre-talk, would be that I won't play the ranked anymore as long as Aurelia Azir is suppressing the meta, because I think this is a really toxic deck. Also a toxic deck to play. I really encourage you to not play this, to not have less and less people in the game actually playing it, because all of them are sick of this game or this particular deck that is just going through ceilings and even beating the potential counter decks. And even I think I'm a decent deck builder, but I have a really hard time and to counter that. And also it's really annoying to just keep that matchup in mind every time you build a deck. And I think that's not a really healthy thing for the game. So I'm waiting for a tweak, or a fix, rather, I would say, I would call it, to that. And as long as that's not the case, I will play normal games instead of ranked. That's not because I want to not to lose points, because I don't really care about my rank points. But I do care for my playtime and my how I'm enjoying it. So I will switch to normal here for the time being, to not run into that much really Azir. I mean, they even run it in normal, so I will just say right away, if I face it, I will surrender right away and skip on to the next matchup to not run into this toxic bullshit. Okay, so enough rant for now. Let's actually dive into the deck tech. Today's deck is called CHRONO Pirates because it consists of a lot of pirates and also the predict mechanic that I really love. If you saw my other videos, you probably already know that I love this, and I also showed it one deck with it, with the double allegiance that in this region combination obviously goes with the Yordle Grifter and the Golden Ambassador, because this is always included, as we have the predict mechanic only in Shurima, so we have to run the Golden Ambassador as our allegiance for Shurima, where we can draw a champion and give it, grant it, not give it, +2/+2 as a sort of hand buff, right? So our goals that we want to hit with this is the Gangplank, obviously. This is the best hit we get, because it's in 7/7 with Overwhelm. Then if he's leveled, he will be in 8/8 and be a badass and kill off a lot of shit. Why do we have one of a Skewer here? That seems really off, right? But the point is, I don't really want to hit the Zilean in this deck, which is another very key unit in this deck. I don't want to hit it with the Golden Ambassador. I would rather hit a Skewer, and I found myself hitting the Zilean pretty often, because it's, if I have it 3 and 3, 50% of the time I will get the Zilean out, right? So I ended up adding a Skewer, which is a way better target for the +2/+2 buff, because then she is a 7/5 with quick attack and spell shield. And also her level up condition by dealing damage gets off way quicker, right? Because she has 7 damage in attack. And yeah, what's also pretty neat about her level up condition is that we actually play the Zilean. We want to play him early, as we get our time bombs, and we damage the whole enemy board by 1 damage and the enemy nexus, which is really important in this list, as we are a half plunder deck. So if we are playing this time bomb upon the next round, which would be potentially the enemy round, which is always better, because if you are on an attack turn, you can actually attack and proc the plunder, right? But the time bomb lets us actually play the time bomb on our turn, and upon begin on their turn, the time bomb will explode and trigger the plunder right away at the start of the enemy round, and we can then potentially play things like the Citrus Courier, which will give us a rally effect potentially on the enemy turn, and heal all our allies and the Nexus for 3. Also, we have a 2 of Black Market Merchant, which is also needing the plunder, and will nab 1 if we plunder. And it will reduce the cost of it, which is also really important, together with Yordle Grifter, because this is another Legions card, right? The second reason why we're playing this deck, or all this predict mechanics, is to get the Allegiance, right? If you don't know the mechanic, I will just say it shortly. Predict gets you something amongst 3 cards, you choose it, and then you put on top whatever you need, right? If you have the Golden Ambassador, obviously you want to put a Shurima card on top of your deck, and if you need have the Yordle Grifter in hand, you want to put a Bilgewater card on top of your deck. And we have an easy time doing this, because we are 50-50 in our cards in this deck. So the Yordle Grifter will, upon Allegiance, nab 1, and this will be discounted by the Black Market Merchant if we have it on the board, and also will give us a warning shot, which is yet again another plunder enabler, or a directly hitting the enemy nexus, like we have a 2 of warning shot as well main decked. And this will allow us to get our Gangplank level up quite, I won't say consistently, because it's not as consistent as I want it to be. Most of the time, if we have Zilean on turn 2, we have sometimes a bad time finding our time bombs, because it's about 30% chance that you can hit one, because you put out the 4 time bombs in the deck beforehand, and then you predict, right? And then you can get the time bomb into your hand, and if you have 2 time bombs, he will level up and then be a ongoing value engine, as it will give us another copy fleeting upon the next round if we play something with him on board. Okay, what else do we have in this deck? I think this was the first thing that I was building around with the double allegiance, but it took quite more time to build this properly, actually, to make it work. And I wanted to also go with the Bone Cure, because this is a new card that will allow us to strike an enemy, and then we will move the unit that we stroke with on top of our deck, which will yet again be enabler for our allegiance. So if we, let's say we go with a Merciless Hunter, we strike with it, we have a Golden Ambassador in our hand, we can use the Bone Skewer on the Merciless Hunter, we'll put it on top of our deck, and then we can enable the Golden Ambassador 100% reliable. What else do we have? We have, for our early game, double Ancient Preparations, which is something you normally want to keep a bit, like I said, for the Allegiance proc, to get the predict mechanic. But if we don't have any good play, and we have potentially also Scrying Sands in hand, which is our main enabler for the Allegiance keyword, or the Allegiance, what is it, mechanic. So this is something you maybe then want to play, to have a turn 1 play and also predict something important that you don't have in the hand at that point. We also have a 2 of Prowling Cutthroat, because I think this is a really reliable enabler for Plunder, as we can play her on turn 1, and then in turn 2 enable potentially the Black Market Merchant, was the thought process behind this. So I'm a bit in a weird spot where I want to have 1-drops early to proc the Gangplank level up, because in 5 different rounds we need to damage the enemy nexus. And also we need those early game predict mechanics in this deck. So this is sort of not matching up that well. And I have the 50-50, right? We have 2 Ancient Preparations and 2 Prowling Cutthroats. And yeah, like I said, we have a 2 of Zilean, and as a third Zilean, the Aspiring Chronomancer is as a 1-off here to match up this, or patch up this 1 less Zilean. We have Merciless Hunter because it's just a broken 3-drop. Like I say in all the videos, it's just too powerful to not run it in the Shurima deck, in my opinion. And like I said, we can enable double the Grand Vulnerable mechanic upon play with things like Bone Skewer, where we put it on top of our deck yet again. Also, the Allegiance things is something we can re-enable with our Bone Skewer as we strike with either the Golden Ambassador or the Old Grifter, and get the Allegiance proc upon next round when we play him again. Also, we can do this with the Citrus Courier and Plunder again, Rally again. So there are a lot of neat synergies in this list. For late game, we have the Dreadway, which will, upon play, draws a Gangplank and also double up all the damage there is. Also, it will double the time bombs if we find them later on the line. So we will actually do 2 damage to the whole board and the enemy nexus, which doesn't work with the Powder Kegs, which is really important to keep in mind here. So if you play the Gangplank, get the Powder Keg, and then want to trigger a landmark with a time bomb, that doesn't work. It's because it only says for spells and skills, and the landmark going off isn't a skill, neither it is a spell. So keep that in mind if you have that. We have a 2 of Monster Harpoon. I think this is a really neat card from the newest expansion, as it will deal 5 to a unit and it costs 3 less if we plunder, which is fairly easy in this list to pull off the plunder. And for 3 mana, dealing 5 to something is quite nutty, and most of the time in this deck against any Azir that has naturally 5 HP, or some big champions that we need to remove, like Thresh, for example, has really thick setline with 6 HP, and we can bring down the biggest portion of it with the Monster Harpoon. And last but not least, we have the Monkey Idol as a 3-off here, as a pretty reliable plunder enabler, and also enabler for the Gangplank level up. As for the ongoing 3 rounds, we will get the powder monkeys out of it, and if they die, or they will die definitely if they come into the game, because they're ephemeral, and at the end of the round we deal 1 to the enemy nexus. So that's the whole deck idea behind this, and it took me way too long to put this together, but I think I wanted to put this in a really good spot, so you know how to play this deck, right, and what everything does. And maybe you enjoy long deck takes like I do. So yeah, thanks for coming to my talk. And without any further rambling, we will dive into the Too Long Didn't Watch. So hello there, you lovely lads with a little time. This is a build completely with the idea of getting the allegiance off reliably. That's why we have a full set of Golden Ambassador and Yodel Grifter, which will, upon allegiance hit, have a really strong effect, like nabbing one, giving us a warning shot, or drawing a champion guaranteeing at +2/+2. And we can really reliably enable this through our predict mechanics, as we will put on some cards on top of our deck that we choose from. And also with a Bone Skewer, which will also, upon strike, put something on top of our deck that we can then know what is the top card, and then we can enable the allegiance. We naturally want to hit the Gangplank with it, with the Golden Ambassador, but sometimes we hit the Zilean, so I put in a one-off of Skewer to have a better target for our Golden Ambassador, actually. We have 2 of Dreadweight to close out the game, as we double all our damage upon skills and on our allies. We can have a run of Citrus Courier to rally then, and yeah, some early game, like I said, for predicting and stuff. And that's the whole deck idea behind this. And if you, like always, want to know in detail what everything does, you can skip back. I won't hinder you. But we will actually dive into the games together. Let's go. Okay, some dragons. Yet again, we play normal and we don't find any non-meta deck, because this is, I think, considered meta, as it counters Runeterra Azir pretty well. We do have both of our Legions cards, which is extremely nice. We also have our Ancient Preparations. I think I want to keep this hand. The one-off of Ruinous Path could be a bit bad, but yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed this away. As we find our Zilean, I think I want to pick him, yeah, to have a turn to play. Also predicting more cards that we need. There we go. Hopefully find a time bomb right away. Nope, never lucky. I could go with another Yodel Grifter, but I already have one in hand, and I don't want to have the Gangplank. I'd rather draw him with Golden Ambassador, so we'll actually skip here.
Now, when am I?
When am I?
Shroud the world in wings.
It's very nice because he doesn't want to block this, and we get the proc for our Gangplank. By the way, I haven't said that in the deck tech. The Ruinous Path is for slaying something on the enemy round, and then drain 2 from the enemy nexus, and then proc the Plunder yet again, and also Gangplank level up. Well, now the problem is we don't have the Scrying Sands, or any other predict mechanic here, or our next turn with these Allegiance cards. It's a bit of a bummer. I will pass for now. Don't have any good play. So we do find the Merciless Hunter, which is extremely nice. But he will have a Sharp Sight. Also single combat is a thing. So I'm actually wondering if I kill off the Herald of the Dragons instead with the Merciless Hunter. I think this is a better play. Okay. He just has 2 of them. Because he could still have a Sharp Sight, I won't try to kill it with the Clockling. I will actually kill it with the Merciless Hunter. And if he trades with a Sharp Sight, I'm fine with that. I want to kill it off right away to enable my Ruinous Path.
As foretold.
And to, yet again, level our Gangplank here. Oh, we find a Time Bomb. That's extremely neat. Now what we do need is some predict mechanics. We have all the Allegiance cards. You can go for a gamble, by the way, if you yeah, want to go for the 50-50 gamble, but I actually don't want to do that. I want to pull out my prediction mechanic. Alright. We'll block into that to lower the attack, or the HP of the Shurima. And I don't think I want to gamble, I will just go with the Time Bomb here. Okay. Potentially we'll see a single combat on my Zilean. But the good thing about the Time Bomb is that we get rid of the Herald of the Dragons. Okay. I will go with the Cutthroat. We'll potentially struggle against their big... what's it called? The stat line. Oh. Now that's not so cool. This will level the Shivana, unfortunately. But I guess we'll have to take it. I think I want to prevent a little bit of damage. And also the lower the HP of the Fused Firebrand. Looks okay. Not great, but okay.
There are none like me.
She's getting pissed. But what's really neat is that we have a rally out of them. Trigger another Gangplank. We could just career here, but it doesn't really make sense, right? Yet again, we lack the predict mechanic. We have Gangplank 3 out of 5. Yeah, still, I don't want to gamble. I will go with the Gangplank.
Neither the flames nor the depths can claim me.
We'll try to attack into them, because a sharp side won't do it. But a concerted strike will do it. Yep. That's what I thought. We'll take with that. Don't have much more to do. Okay, that's pretty neat. Because we can do one shot into Black Market Merchant here. I hope he drags the keg. Yeah, thank you. Thank you! Actually won't block this. I will just do this. Because she doesn't have a Overwhelm. I only get 6 damage here. Okay. Killing off the Cutthroat is not too big of a deal. Well, he heals her up. It's quite annoying. Not gonna lie. So we need... just wanted to say we need some big dragons, but that's not what you need. I will try to go for a gamble here.
Safety will cost you.
Of course, I'm missing. Cry a lot. Alright. More dragons showing up. We finally do find this Crying Sands here. Because I want to have use of the Dragon Chow, I will try to predict for the Yodel Grifter here. Unfortunately, we have to use this proactively now. What are we using though? I think we go with this. And we go for the Black Market Merchant, I think. Yeah. We do this.
I'm not greedy.
My friends, though. Oh! A Judgment. Okay. Problem is I don't have any big bodies to use it on. Yeah, I think this game is mostly over. Not gonna lie. We made him burn a lot of mana there. But other than that, yeah. We use our Zilean. I will try to kill the Fused Firebrand. Boop, boop. You made choices. Struggle to survive here. Okay, thought so. Now it doesn't make sense to Judgment because he has a spell shield. From the skies! Don't have any heart removal for the Shyvana. That's a problem. But I think we do level the Gangplank here. Yep. And we finally find Dragon. Yes! And a pretty cheap one at that. I don't want to wait for the predict, so I will go with the gamble here.
Bask in the sunlight.
We're hitting it. Okay, we do have leveled Gangplank. We do have the Dragon Chow into Screeching Dragon. So we're not looking too bad here. That's pretty dope. Alright. We do have Gangplank, like I said. Which is an 8-8 now. I just hope they don't have a Concerted Strike. Boom! They do. Okay. We do have Judgment open. So if they don't Concerted... Oh! They don't Concerted Strike right away. Okay, okay, okay. Let's do things right here. We attack with the Gangplank. I think we go on the Shyvana. Oh, can't drag her. Never mind. No, I'm dragging this. Yeah, we attack with this as well. Because I think he wants to kill off the Gangplank and block with the Shyvana here. And do I attack with these as well? I think I do. Because I don't have... yeah, one Grifter more. And... it's not worth it. So we look at 2 damage to everything here. And that's why I can also attack with them. The dragons will die off of that. Potentially see a combo trick here. Okay. He does have repose. Fuck, he still have Concerted Strike open. Oh! Oh, okay. This means I do this. We have Shyvana down to 4. And we still have a really big board state. This looks not too bad, actually. Because without it, right, we would suffer a lot. But with this Judgment, dude, I mean, I could even do it on this, right? It doesn't really make a difference. Because she has a shield anyways. And I rather get some thicker stats on my Screeching Dragon here. Yeah, it looks good. Letting me have a taste of his own medicine. Judgment! We'll also trigger the level up for our Skewer. And yeah, he's down to 2 cards. And pretty damaged Shyvana here. Do you find this Crying Sands? Doesn't do too much though, unfortunately. I think we will go with Predict first and then we draw the card we're predicting. Oh. Now that's annoying. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, the Monster Harpoon. Or Dreadway. Wait, I can't Dreadway and Time Bomb this round. Which is a problem. But I can actually go with the Yordle Grifter and the Scrying Sands. Man, this is a tough choice. But I really want this Monster Harpoon to kill off their Shyvana. And also potentially their fucking Infinite Might Split here. Yeah, I go with the Monster Harpoon.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
I think that's a better call. Ugh. Okay. How would you take into that? Okay, I'll take it. You Mind Splitter bound to these two, so I will block with her. We bring that down to 3. Looks good. Looks good. As we now can do this. I think I even want to Monster Harpoon now. I don't even wait for the Plunder to get off. I do it on this, and then it dies off from the Time Bomb. So he doesn't have a chance to single combat anything. Or heal it by any means. Alright, alright. So we got that. We have Shyvana down to 2 HP. Oh, that top deck, dude. Again, Concerted Strike pisses me off here, or will actually be a bigger problem. But I have to go for it, man. I have to go for it. It's just too much value if it goes off. Oh. Do I attack with these? I think I do. Hit them all! Hit them all! What do you got for me? You will die from that. You have to block with that Shyvana, dude. Insect! Alright. Do I even use this Scrying Sands? I think I do. Just to preserve a little bit more health for my Gangplank. And predicting something good here. I think Monkey Idol is a good call. Because it will produce monkeys, and he's down to 2 HP. Which means... if he doesn't have a sharp sight into something like the Great Beyond or something, we could be in a really good spot. What do you got for me?
You've concerns, do ya?
I think they do. Okay, maybe they disconnected. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, got them down to 2. Well, my best guess is that they rage quitted. Yep. Or just missing the...
I won't stop coming for those who wronged me.
We won't. Yeah, potentially just hit it, not the surrender button, but the exit game button. Okay, pretty dope game 1 there. Let's try to not drag out that much in game 2. More dragons. We do have the Prowling Cutthroat, Jolly Grifter, Scrying Sands, Monkey. This is a pretty, almost perfect hand. So we have an enabler for our Legion's Yordle Grifter. We even have an alternative turn 3 play here, depending on what they play. I hope no Equinox for my Monkey Idol. That would suck. Oh, they dropped a Hush there. That's a really bad call. I think that means they have a second Hush in hand. Let's see if they have the Herald. Mr. Herald of the Dragons. Oh. A Shield Bearer. That's fine. What do you think on the actions here? Taking forever. Carry over some spell mana for our predicting into Yordle Grifter on turn 4. For next round, I think we will develop the Monkey Idol instead of the Merciless Hunter because they don't have any very threatening on the board right now. We could also experiment Chronomancer, but I want to keep my predictions in the hand. So we will go with the Monkey Idol. Okay. I guess I should have attacked with a Cutthroat beforehand. Before developing the Idol. Was a bit of a misplay. Also could have a Sharp Sight, right? Alright. So the plan is pretty simple. We Scrying Sense the Trickster to get less damage, because I'm definitely not blocking it, into the Yordle Grifter here. Ooh. So we can take the Zilean because we want to predict Bilgewater, right? We can take the Bone Skewer or Black Market Merchant. I think the Merchant is slightly better, just because we have a definite plunder with the Monkey. And we Yordle Grifter.
Yeah, you
don't want to cross me. Ooh, now that's a bump. It's completely fine. Take the 1 damage. We enable Gangplank level up here. As we also go for Merciless Hunter. On this.
We love it when they run.
I love it. Definitely need to take down the Mountain Scryer here. Ugh.
As though day and night are not equal.
We do this. Don't attacking with the Yordle Grifter because I don't want to block into, or let him block with this Shield Bearer. So we will attack like this. I think it's the best call, right? I'd rather let my Grifter take damage. And do it like this, because he can't protect him, right? He will die definitely. And with the Monkey, we do enable the Plunder for our Black Market Merchant. Let's see what you got for me. For our price. Oh! Solari Priestess even. Alright. I just realized the Monkey Idol damaging itself actually does enable the Silver level up. that's a really neat interaction. We could double Market Merchant, but I think I want to have Solari Priestess to get answers for his board here. Do I find the Warrior Falling Comet? I mean, he does have a soul, right? But we don't have the means to interact with him double to get the Falling Comet enabled. I think the Warrior is the best call here. To pick off his elusive board state. Okay, drops the Sunburst. We're passing for now. I think I want to start blocking into these. Yeah, blocking like this. Preventing more damage is important. I will try to... I think I want to warning shot into Black Market Merchant here. Just to be mana efficient. Ooh, a free single combat. Now that's something. We do have the Golden Ambassador or predicting into Golden Ambassador, but we don't have the board set for it, or the board space rather. So I will go with the Warrior here. I think we would do attack with most of the stuff. I mean, he could have Judgment, right? But if so, we have single combat. But he could have Judgment and single combat, right? Yeah, so I won't attack with everything. But at this point I do want to trade with this. I need board space, actually. So we will drag this elusive stuff here. The others aren't good attackers, right? I mean, I could try to attack with these. But then again, Judgment. I just attack like this and trade off with this Low Shield Bearer. I think that's fine. Okay. So he lets me do the trade here. So yeah, I think he wants to ramp into Asol here. Again, I want to Aspirant Chronomancer and into Golden Ambassador, so I will just pass for now. Our Gangplank is leveled with this warning shot together. Yeah, I should have attacked with more last round. Was a bad call. Because now I think he does have the means to level the Aurelian Soul. Yeah. So I do have to... I have to single combat here, unfortunately. We will start off with the Aspirant Chronomancer though. Ooh. Oh, I really want that red way. But yeah, I need the Golden Ambassador to trigger, so we do this. Let's see how he attacks. I don't think he wants to attack though. Okay. So at least with the elusive one. We start to single combat. I think I want to do this and get rid of the Golden Sister. I mean, he could single combat in response and just kill this off, and he will level from this. So I think the safer call is to... Yeah, but he could also single combat with this and still is on 25. So it doesn't make a difference if I do it on the 2 HP or not. I just have to do it on him. I don't have different ways. Oh, it was stupid. I should have done it with the Yodel Grifter. Having brain farts, yeah. Sorry. We do this. I was afraid to get a Zilean there, to be honest. But the good thing is we get to Riddick, right? Something potentially good. Oh, we do have the Gangplank now. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to go for.
What has been done.
Love an audience. He will have a single combat or concerted strike for sure for that. But at this point we can't play around this. We need to go for stuff. Maybe he thinks I don't have a warning shot and he doesn't see it as a threat. Yeah, it was wishful thinking. Fuck it.
Out before they know they're bleeding.
Yeah, that pushes us back a big portion. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Asol is just outvaluing us in the end game. Do find that. Another Gangplank is something I want to go for. We do block that, actually.
Easy, tiger.
He just sits and chills there with all his value that he has. It's a problem. Now he has Asol leveled. Yeah, this is GG, unfortunately. Alright, what? Oh, that's weird. Rash in deep? Okay. Really interesting take. I'm down for that. I'm rolling these away. Pro and Cutthroat is pretty neat to enable the Plunder turn 2. Oh! And we even find the Black Market Merchant, so we can actually do the thing with Pro and Cutthroat into Plunder right away.
Don't mind the knife.
He does attack you. We don't mind that. We hope for no Vile Feast. If he Vile Feasts, we can Chronomancer. If not, we can Black Market Merchant. For a price. Well, bad thing is we help him with his deep. With our net mechanic. I think I did mention the Quicksand in the deck tech. This is basically to survive Overwhelm and... yeah, really... Okay, so he did have Vile Feast. We don't mind to lose the Merchant here. And also to disable elusive overwhelming units, right? That are threatening us. Okay. Kind of has a nuts curve here, right? With all his tossing bullshit. So we try to predict something good. Bone Skewer is neat. I think I want to have the Zilean. So we have a blocker for the Dead Bloom Run right here. We can't Merciless Hunter and Zilean, so I will go for the Zilean. It's a better call, I think. Hoping to find time bombs. Yes. Yeah, it's the best call.
Can undo what has been done.
We can, Timekeeper. Let me show you.
So fortunately we have a Withering Whale against this. So we do attack with, I think, these two.
I'll be quick.
But we do it this round if we want to block with the Dead Bloom Wanderer. Yep. It's very good for us, because now we board wipe him with the Withering Whale. Do get another Plunderer, or another progressing the Gangplank. And now we do... What are we doing here? I think we play the Merciless Hunter.
Gonna find a gift.
For an Acton, Reiter. And we Withering Whale. Oh, would you take with the Scarab there? I guess he wants to damage my Zilean, but I don't really mind that, I think. He doesn't have the means to go deep here, right? I mean, it's triple Jettison. Like this, he tosses another 3, and then he hits double Jettison. I mean, double Jettison is likely, right? So I will just go with this. I don't want to lose my Zilean here. So he does have 1 Jettison. Okay. Ah! Alright. Oh fuck. I wanted to play my warning shot. I wanted to level my Gangplank more. That was a misplay. I think I'm attacking with the Cutthroat here. Do I? I mean, I want to put as much damage in as I can. I think I do it like this. It's probably the best call. So we put more damage in. Okay, he can't get deep now. Which is a good thing to have. And we time bomb. Find our Monkey Idol. Well, now what we do need is a Harpoon for Thresh. Bone Skewer as well, okay. Pretty wild list what he has. Next round we look into Dreadway. We do want a Scrying Sands here. To predict... So we do find a Time Bomb. And we don't have more predictions for our Golden Ambassador. I think Time Bomb is a better call, right? Yeah. So we just hope that Zilean survives here. Pass. Okay. So he gets to remove that. Which means we can Monkey Idol here. And yeah. We're progressing Thresh level up is the thing. But we can now Dreadway. I'm gonna do it in this Monkey Idol here. Work your dogs! We look into a lot of damage here. If our Dreadway manages to survive. Oh, fuck it. Man, why does he have double? It's not cool. So I will play the warning shot now. Just to get the extra damage off.
You won't feel it at first.
And then we do this. What's really important here is that Thresh is leveling. He levels, or he is 4 out of 6. But he doesn't quite get the level up for now. Before attacking. We have Silver Levitt, which is pretty neat. There's the big boy. So we could have another Well of Depths for 2 mana. We have to be wary of that. I think I want a Time Bomb here. Force out an attack. And when we have his attack out... Alright. Now I have to develop Gangplank. I think there's no way around it. I can't Yodel Grifter here. I will wait for the attack, go with Quicksand, and then we Gangplank afterwards. Forward. Because he doesn't expect me to have a Quicksand, right?
Just a moment.
So we're down to 5. He could have Atrocity, but that's something we gotta live with. Yes. So Fresh is leveled. But we need to win next round anyways, so if we don't, we are kind of screwed anyways. So we nap here. Ooh. So we do find an Atrocity. That's a nut nap. Not gonna lie. Short and bright. I just hope he doesn't have a second Nautilus in hand to blow this back. This would really suck. Please don't. No, no! You bastard! Okay, so now we need to believe in the heart of the cards. We have him down to 5. I need to Atrocity this round, I think. So we need to take the gamble. Please!
Yeah, you don't want
Yes! We do have a warning shot for 2 damage. We just do this. Like everything else doesn't make sense, right? These 2 will be blocked anyways. We just hope he does spend some mana here. No, spend some mana, dude. Please. Pretty please. Yes! Oh, it's only costing 3 mana. So he does have still Atrocity mana open. Yeah, but I have to go for it now. The chance of him drawing another Nautilus is too big to counter that. Please! No! You little bastard, you top deck this! It's okay, boy. GG. I got you down to 2. GG. Okay, before this video takes forever again, these games drag out like a lot, but most of the time because our opponent is just thinking way too much. I mean, to be fair, I'm also thinking sometimes quite a bit. But it's also, you know, there are some decisions to make, and I think it's a really fun list to play. Even though it's not a highly competitive list, I will say that. But it is a concept to consider, I think. And that's where I end it. And I thank you guys very much for watching, as always. And until the next time, you stay legendary. Blood out.